welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
this Miller Lite can and Kyle McIntyre. Actually, it's what is this, a can? Bottle? What's a bottle?
Aluminum bottle, so you don't smash it when you're done.
Yeah. There's chicken wire around me,
yeah,
so I can't throw it.
You smash
like Blues Brothers style.
Yeah, you're at your house and you just throw it on the ground. Yes, that was great. Another fine.
Did you like
Pilsner.
I know we kind of mentioned that movie earlier, but
never saw it.
Do you like? Okay. Okay. It's not blue. Okay. I know it's a comedy. It's not really a real thing. Do you ever watch those biopics? You know, or they call them biopics, but biopics where it's like the Walk the Line, Johnny Cash movie,
mm-hmm.
or Ray Charles.
Never. No.
The Temptations.
No, I don't think I've really watched a damn one. If I'm thinking about it, I haven't watched a lot of movies. We've, come around.
We've covered this, Kyle.
God, don't you remember?
When I said I haven't watched a lot of movies, I meant that one, and then the next one you're going to ask me about. And if you're going to ask me that one too,
actually, start naming some movies and see if I've seen them.
No, Shrek 1.
I've seen it.
Dang.
Damn, dude.
We're on.
I guess we lost.
Sunk your battleship. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's like
anyways,
a Minesweeper getting close. I've seen the preview of that.
Beep beep beep. I saw the preview. Oh, kind of counts.
It's close.
Anyways,
biopics. No, I haven't seen them. I thought you were gonna.
I do like that, and there's that new Elvis one. I kind of want to see it.
Okay.
It's got Tom. Is it Tom Hanks in it? Play some fat old dude with a double chin. I want to see that.
You're like, yes, representation. Thank you.
You know what? He was great in Saving Private Ryan. I'm sure he's gonna be great in this too.
I was awesome in Toy Story.
Just like
in Big. God, he was great.
As a child, he played a child.
Yeah. Like just what other movies? Just like
Joe versus the Volcano, with just something that's just not even in the same category. I
really like That Thing You Do.
Yeah, there you go. That's a biopic of a fake band that never existed.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's great. Then I love biopics. Then Kyle, you brought me in. I'm a huge fan.
I'm pretty sure I hear people say biopics.
Yeah, I've heard that. Never heard biopics.
It sounds better. You know what? It's like
you're definitely Adam Friedlanding this.
Yeah, your dad says advertisement, so I'm running with
do an
biopic.
Advertisement or
what else you got?
Well, this is an Adam Friedland one. Emphysema.
Oh. Emphysema.
I'm like, nobody says emphysema. It's emphysema. It's like, yeah, I've heard it before. Like, no, you've never heard that, you fucking piece of shit. They just tear him apart. Remember Adam Friedland from Come Town. He just says things weird. I'm like, that's not the most annoying thing that he does.
Yeah.
But he
says some pretty bad stuff, actually.
Well, no, the most annoying thing, this is me just going on a rant here, on the podcast, is like because like Nick is trying to get levels for it. It's like, Adam, talking to the mic. He's like, talking to the mic. He's like, hello? He's like, talk so I can get levels, you fucking piece of shit. It's like, well, I don't know what to say. It's like, anything. So he's like, hello? Like he puts the mic so far away. It's like, I can't get.
Oh yeah, so
it's like you can't get levels that he does it every fucking time. That pisses me off. Anyways, what are we doing? Yeah.
What's new? Probably.
Yeah, Kyle. What's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Well, my brother's back in town.
Nice.
Cue Thin Lizzy on that one.
Boys back in town.
So it's cool. We've been hanging out a little bit.
Yeah. Hanging down at Dino's.
Yeah. I wish there was a Dino's here. Maybe there's a Geno's or a Tino's. Tostinos.
They've
been eating up them Tostinos.
You just microwave them, make them shitty.
Not even eating. They've been heating up them Tostinos.
They're still cold on the inside. You just make your own cover of that song. It's just you and your brother hanging out doing shitty things. This is not.
Yeah.
This is scrolling around on Netflix, making fun of everything that's on there.
So he drove in on like Friday night or whatever. He drove from Idaho. Fuck, dude. I looked it up. It's like 24 hours of just driving.
Dang.
Like straight without breaks.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah,
You're
respect.
like, oh man, I've never respected my brother.
I gotta
more
do
than-
that.
Than this. I'm driving.
Most I've ever done is 19 hours straight.
This son of a bitch trying to show me up.
my own brother.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. So he's been getting into welding. So he's been doing some welding courses up at school.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching at that shit school of yours.
Yeah.
How to weld. So he has a welder. So we were doing like stick welding, which I sent you like a picture of my shitty welds. He was showing me how to do that. It's, when you first start, like me, it's like, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm getting used to like wearing the because you wear like a shade so you don't burn your eyeballs with the intense light that comes off of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't see what you're doing. So it's like, you only see what you're doing when you start welding. So you have to be welding. And then it's like a catch-22 situation where it's like, well, if I'm not welding, I can't see what I'm doing. If I can't see what I'm doing, I can't weld. Start welding, and then you can see what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
very chicken and
just
the
put
egg
a couple
kind of situation. Yeah.
Yeah, but a couple bird shit welds down on that thing, looking mighty fine.
Like,
no, so I
on a day's work.
Yeah, all right, pack it up, boys. Lunch whistles blowing.
Yeah.
So it was cool. He showed me how to do that, and I didn't light anything on fire or burn the house down. So we did it in the carport. He had just like a piece of like tube steel. Yeah. That he was doing lines on, basically, just kind of drawing the lines. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Show me how to do that. I thought that was pretty cool. I've wanted to do that for a while. I've wanted to, and I'm gonna try and do it as often as I can, just to kind of learn a new skill, because I think I like learning new things. Mm-hmm. I bought like a welder's mask, but it wasn't as cool as his. His was like an automatic one, so as soon as it sensed the light, it would darken. It would like. Oh. So then, so his is cool. Mine is like dark as hell. Like I was saying, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm like getting in my own head. Like I can't, because you have to like strike it. You have to scratch a piece of like the stick, basically, in order for the electrical current to start, and then you have to move it and weld with it. But if you don't do that, it's like I'm going I'm like trying to get to work, and I don't even know. It's pitch black in my own screen. He's like, here, take mine. I'm like, oh, this is way better. Yeah. So you can see what you're doing. As soon as the spark hits, it goes, psh, and you can start welding with it. So obviously that was like $300 for the one he has. I'm like, I'm not there yet, so
but
I'll just use the shitty one.
I will be next week, so I better buy one. next payday.
I'm going to be a master welder one day.
You buy all this shit to be like, well, I got to get the best shit.
Yeah, I got to be broke.
Yeah. I can't learn on crappy stuff. It's just
you probably should learn on crappy shit first.
Yeah. Well, I got to get the best, best tools, or like get all the most expensive stuff, so that it's prohibitive, and then you'll never actually do it. And it's like, well, I don't want to mess this up.
It's like, man, I spent so much money on this. I can't even buy a welder.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Put that right back on the fucking...
It's too hot today to weld, so I'm not gonna...
Put it... See, what I'm gonna do is, put this in my garage and then forget about it. Done and done. See, that meme was like, kids, one of these days you can get a vehicle, put it in your garage, and never get it to run ever again.
Oh boy.
You could live the dream like me.
So anyways, we did that. That was great. Great skill, like I said. Mm-hmm. I still don't know what I'm doing, I was just welding across a piece of steel and not like two pieces of metal together, which I'm sure is another difficulty. But we took my truck to the transmission shop. Yeah. So we'll see what the damage is, I guess, or what it's going to cost. I told him, before you start wrenches, all right, how much you pay for this thing? Yeah. It's going to be that. Yeah. So he said that they don't do, so in Marble Falls, they have two shops. One's in Marble Falls and one's in Austin. So he's like, well, we only do the automatics out here at this shop, and we do the standards out in the Austin shop. I'm like, fuck. He's like, well, don't worry about it. We'll just leave it here. We'll see what's wrong with it, and then we'll we'll move it out to the other location. We'll see what we need to do after that. I'm like, all right, well, before you say it costs $2,000, let me know before you do anything.
That's always with the shops. Like, at least I've been taking mine to one that I know them, and they're always like, all right, that's how much it's gonna cost before. I'm like, start it up, let's go.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like, holy shit.
They couldn't tell me what it's gonna cost because they're like, well, it's one of those things. It's not like I can look at it and see what's broken immediately. He's like, it could be like 3 things broken there. It could be one thing. It could be, one part that's worn out that's really cheap, and it's like, he's like, it's probably gonna be like $600 minimum. I'm like, okay, that's doable. He's like, but it could also be like $2,000. So I'm like, all right, well, just cue me in when the money starts,
Yeah, before you guys go, call me.
I want to know.
Yeah. That's cool. You get some movement on that.
Yeah, so took that into the shop. We tried to take it in Texas. I think I told you. You got to get like a vehicle inspection, but like, no. Okay, maybe I didn't tell you. You have to like get an inspection on your vehicle, which it costs. It's weird. It costs like $6. Okay. And I don't even think they do anything. They like check your tail lights. They check your wipers. They check that kind of stuff. I'm like, I get it. In California, you have to do like a smog check, test,
I was about to
which
ask.
costs. They don't smog. No, they don't even. They do not care.
Yeah.
How much black, coal is coming out of the back of your, how much soot.
Yeah.
But they check to make sure your headlights are working. They check to make sure, I had to do it with my work truck, and it cost $6. I'm like, what do you guys do? Why would it cost that? Why is it so cheap? That it's like, well, you just check a box, $6, please.
Yeah,
I think that's exactly what they do. They check your insurance to make sure it's up to date, and then they check everything else, which is nice, actually. That people aren't, there's, I guess, less likely for someone to be driving without insurance. I guess.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it still happens. Anyways,
can you? Yeah, I was about to say, because I guess like every state, like, can you drive without insurance in Texas?
I think you can drive after purchasing a vehicle without insurance. As long as you're insured as a person, you don't have to worry about it. But I think like you don't have to have your individual vehicle insured until like you finalize everything with your.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So.
Because you already answered, but I was gonna ask about the smog thing because I'm like, my truck, gotta get that smogged and registered for the year. I'm like, well. There's more money.
What's weird about smog in California is if you live, like if your address is above a certain altitude, you don't have to smog, which is really weird. So like if you live like in Big Bear, they don't have smog up there.
Yeah.
But they do like the lower you are, I guess, in altitude, I guess, because maybe that's just because of the particulates work. And I'm sure it's done a lot for LA. Like LA, you feel like in 60s movies and stuff, it looks like a shithole. I mean, it still looks like one. Sorry.
Yeah. It does.
Definitely. The air quality.
The air quality, yeah.
Looks like shit in a lot of those older movies. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
People live there? Anyways, move on from that. I finished watching the Spider-Man movies.
Nice.
I did like a Cannonball Run. Because I didn't watch the first 3. I've seen those.
Yeah.
Seen those multiple times.
Yeah, you got the gist.
I didn't need to see Topher, that guy again.
Dancing Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah. So, I started with Amazing Spider-Man. So with Andrew Garfield one.
Yeah.
The one where like the lizard one.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
Yeah.
And then we didn't have to watch Homecoming because we already watched that recently. Kind of know how that one went.
Yeah.
You can just watch the trailer and you're like, oh yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, no, Uncle Ben. And then
there was no Uncle Ben.
No, there was no Uncle Ben. Yeah, but it's like,
that's the thing. Funny. That's the thing, man. They're fucking up.
Where's Uncle Ben in that one?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So let's see. Then I watched the second one, which is the one that takes place in Europe. With the Far From Home.
Mysterio, yeah.
Yeah. And that one was like, threw me through a loop, dude. I was like, whoa, what? Got me.
What? We're in Europe now?
No, not that. Not that, just the twist. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it.
It's like a 3-year-old movie.
If you haven't seen it, you're screwed.
The spoiler cast.
That'd be a good name of a cast, actually.
Yeah.
Spoiler cast. Just ruin all movies.
Yeah. We just
and
talk
at
about
the end, turns out he was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense, by the way.
Yeah. Like
so
the Simpsons when he's leaving like a flashback of them like a date seeing Empire Strikes Back. I can't believe that Darth Vader was Luke's father the whole time. That's crazy. It's like, oh, come on, when he's walking past people in line. Come on, man. It's like, you're gonna find out anyways. Homer.
They already bought their ticket.
Yeah, they're waiting in line. I couldn't believe Darth Vader was Luke's father the whole time. Oh, that's good. It's a dumbass.
All right, so
and then you watched the newest one, right? Which was
I watched the newest
year.
one last night. Actually, I watched the two newest ones, I guess. The Mysterio one, and then the one with all
Spider-Man.
the multiverse.
Ain't got no home, Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was okay actually.
What?
Wasn't it?
I thought it was rad. I guess maybe like you don't think it was cool? All the Spider-Mans coming together.
No, I did like that. Just like I think the premise was dumb. I think what pissed me off was like, hold on. All right, so we're gonna ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, people they've been spoiled by the fucking trailers.
They've been spoiled by us, by the way. We keep you all spoiled.
Yeah.
With all this fresh, beautiful
we
content.
treat you guys so good. You should be so
like
lucky.
Grandma. When mom and dad leave you at grandma's house with cookies.
Yeah, with cookies, just
cartoons.
Like, these cartoons, cookies, fucking
and cereal all night, whatever you want.
These fucking sweet ass content that we got on the page.
The grandma's got Cookie Crisp. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Cookie Crisp was let down for sure.
Yeah,
I said it many times, and I'll hit him again. I legit thought they were just fucking like Mother's cookies, but smaller, and they're just like,
just get those then.
Little fucking, or just get a bag of little Famous Amos and just put.
Dump those in there. Or you should get the circus animals, the one with the frosting, the Mother's frosting ones.
Yeah, and just pour milk over it.
The milk's not even gonna soak into that.
That's cereal.
That'd be the worst. Like the frosting coating the top of your mouth, and just ugh.
Yeah,
I like those a lot though.
I like those. They're definitely high
flavorful.
Up there. Yeah, definitely better than the fucking. You remember getting the Mother's variety pack? It's like a mix of all of them. Those are the only ones that you fucking wanted. The sugar cookies sucked my ass. And then,
as they say.
And then, and then, what is it? You would think the chocolate with the chocolate frosting, Oreo style, like the sandwich cookie, would be good. No, it's like eating
what's
fucking
the deal with
chalk.
Keeblers? Keeblers are not that good either, right?
All right. They're the ones that have the fucking chocolate chip ones, but have M&M style,
non-branded M&M.
Yeah, non-branded M&Ms in there.
I can taste it. These are non-branded M&Ms.
There's no fucking white M on here. Damn it.
These are just candy-coated chocolate chips or whatever.
That are actually great.
No, they're actually,
Yeah, those are great.
So anyways.
Spider-Man.
All right, so Spider-Man. All right, ruin the plot
off.
right here. So the whole thing is like, oh, make this spell, so make people forget that I'm Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
Why not just have everyone forget who Spider-Man is? Just start fresh as Spider-Man, and not have it where everyone else has forgotten who he is. I know.
Oh, you mean
May's gone
at the end, right?
Yeah. That was a plot hole in my story. In my, it's like, wait a minute. Can't you just if you can have people forget a single name, why not have them forget who Spider-Man is, and he can just start fresh over again?
Yeah.
As being like a fresh superhero.
Yeah.
Instead of, if you forget who Peter Parker, it's like, oh, all of his friends forget who he is. Oh, Happy forgets who he is. Oh, people that, I would assume everybody, so Nick Fury and everyone at the Avengers, and then, everybody.
Yeah. No, that is.
I rest my case.
Yep. Ding. Hit the bell. Yeah.
But it was a good movie.
It definitely ends in a way that's awesome because it just everything nobody remembers him. He doesn't have the fucking Tony Stark suit all that.
I
shit's
wish
gone.
it worked on me. You know, I wish I could have forgotten that whole fucking movie.
I love that movie. I did the episode when RJ and I saw it, and then I saw it again in theaters with my sister and my mom. As a whole family affair when we went to go see it. I still loved it. I'm like, this movie rocks my cock.
No, it's cool. It's cool because it's got all the 3 Spider-Mans in it, and it's really cool to see. And we have like kind of updates on their lives, you know, after we've seen them in their movies. You know, obviously Tobey Maguire. It's been forever since he's an old man now. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he was an old man
then
in the in 2002 when that came out. But it's kind of cool to see. Yes, it was a good movie. That was like a plot hole that kind of, it was like a knife getting twisted. I'm like, why didn't you
at
just
the very end? I guess I didn't mind because I'm like, who cares? Get rid of
No,
these
it wasn't
other...
at the end. It was like at the beginning too, when he's like, "Oh, I'll go."
Oh, I thought you were talking
I'll
about
go him.
Everybody forgot who Peter Parker was.
Yeah, but
No, that was at the end.
But the premise, he went to Stephen Strange and he said, "I want them to forget who I am." Right? Why didn't they just? I want them to forget who Spider-Man is. Okay. Strong. I have a strong case here.
No, isn't that what he
but
did?
I get it. No, he said, "I want them to forget who Peter Parker is."
No, it's like I want them to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
No, but I want them to forget Peter Parker completely.
No, that was at the end. And in the beginning, he's like, "Oh, I want people to forget that I'm Spider-Man." He's like, "Okay, but I still want my girlfriend to know. I still want my friend to know. I still want."
Well, that was during the
that was the beginning part, or like whenever the spell went. This is a movie that's like a year old. We're talking about plot points. Anyways, it was cool because all the Spider-Mans were in there and they're fucking swinging around and shit. Oh my God. I saw that. I'm like, woo!
In the theater. Anyway, I guess that is my what's new.
Well, finally you saw that movie. It was sick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I did like it. I liked it. It just, that kind of part irritated me.
Well, I think there was that movie, and then people just think, well, this can happen for every single one. Let's get all the fucking Batmans together. I'm like, how would you make that a fucking story? I don't know.
Exactly.
Just fucking make it happen.
Magic doesn't exist. Well, I guess it does kind of in the DC world, you know. But
yeah. Anyways, well, I'm glad you saw it. You can fucking see how sick that goddamn movie was. Oh my God,
it was good. It was good. It just that part irritated me, but it was good. it was like you said. I think we talked about it on the page.
Yeah,
where it's like, get hyped. This movie's hype, son. You should fucking watch it.
That's
and then you're like, okay,
you're Bill.
It's good.
You're Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Where it's like you and.
But I went and watched like all the movies.
Well, yeah, same thing. And I
had to buy them all too on Amazon. Like none of them. I think the first Amazing Spider-Man is.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing else. And then the second Spider-Man with Toby Keith is Maguire.
Well, this is my whole plot point that never comes up, or it's like it's never really addressed. It's really doesn't change the movies, but it's like how in the Avengers movies, and I've talked about it again, but yet again, and this is like, you know, the best of episode of the Tone Jerks. We're bringing up our best, shittiest bits.
Yeah.
Like, how do all the Avengers who have never met each other, Guardians of the Galaxy and fucking coming together with Thor, and then these people, and then they're just like, we all can talk to each other. How?
Yeah, but in Spider-Man, they had it where they had like comms.
Yeah. Well, at least they addressed that in Spider-Man. So they fixed my plot hole. But
yeah, they must have heard you. Someone at Marvel is listening.
Yeah.
Some key player, some decision maker was like, you know what? There's a plot hole that I just came across.
Puts down his Switch. He's like, there's one thing that we should talk about. He's like, how do they talk to each other? Oh, fuck, you're right. We should make intercoms for them. Or like little, Bluetooth things. I'm like, all right. Brandon, Gower, you are really fucking glad you're on the
Gower.
team. Glad you're on the team here. You're really fucking. What else do you do here? Quality control supervisor,
armchair quarterback.
Yeah. Anyways,
what's new? What's new with you? What you got?
So, kind of a sleepy episode this week. It's
come on, dude.
All Kyle, you got.
I think you need a Miller Lite in your life.
Yeah, I'm drinking, my White Claw here. surge. There's no energy surging through my body.
I think why I'm doing well.
Mhm.
I slept so much actually on was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Like I think it was I went to bed at I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. We're watching something on TV. I went to bed like at 8 o'clock. Had like
PM?
a 2-hour nap. Yeah, 2-hour nap.
Yeah.
Woke up, and I was like, nah, I'm still gonna. And so I went back to sleep, and then woke up at like 6 o'clock, and I was like, damn.
Yeah. You got
Fucking
the
refreshed.
Yeah. Because you have the sofa at your place now, right?
Yeah.
You doing any sofa
Yeah, so,
sleeping
like,
on there?
Yeah, so I'm going to sleep on that thing. I'm like, ooh.
Get your bear nap
Gotta get
out
through
there.
this donut operator episode.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
I need to watch the next Mr. Ball and
Yeah, I don't know what we were watching. I think it was, I started watching Squid Game. That's another one. Like,
yeah.
oh, you Squid Game. Oh, must be my Halloween costume this year. I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching that. So it's been like 2 years, I think, since that
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
And it was on Netflix. So we have Netflix again now. So I'm like, oh, let's just watch it. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, this is kind of interesting. So I'm not like, I love this show. I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, it's cool.
There's one show that I did get into the hype, and I did enjoy it. It was at the time, which was the style at the time. It was Tiger King. I watched it during. Remember,
Dude,
it was
pandemic.
pandemic.
It was like the only thing on Netflix, if you according to Facebook.
Well,
if
it was
you were,
it was like definitely
Instagram.
trending, and I watched it and I got sucked in. And I even talked to like other friends and talked to like my family, like my sister who's never watched shit like that. She's like, I can't. I finished the show in like a day or two.
Yeah,
it's like
14 episodes.
Yeah, something like that. Or it was like, yeah, you watch and you just get sucked in. And then by the time they were like, oh, we gotta rush and get second season out, I was already over it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you had that lightning in a bottle during pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic.
Wait, there was a second season?
Yeah, never watched it. Didn't care. Don't care.
It ended at such a high with people dying.
Yeah.
People going to jail. You're like,
But that was
game
one
over. This
where
is like the end of Scooby Doo.
I felt like part of like a fucking pop culture movement because I watched it when everybody else did.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that bitch Carol Baskins.
Yeah, and it was good. I have no desire to watch it a second season of it, but I'm like, yeah, that was fine. That was like the one show because I've never been on the hype train. I guess I was about to say because everybody's like, you only watch This is probably your bit. You only watch cartoons, huh? Or anime from Japan. Yep, I do. But even then, I'll still usually wait. I think there's very few anime that I watch as it's airing. I think the one that I was Demon Slayer.
That was
what I was watching.
Depends on what the definition of is.
And then certain ones that I'm hype on, like I'll watch each week is Sword Art Online. I'm all about that. I'm with that. But some of them I'll wait until they're all I do prefer to watch dubbed because I think actually dubbed anime is pretty good. Pretty good voice actors and such. So I'll wait until it's all dubbed and just like finish the whole thing. And that's usually by the time that's done, it's already like half a year has gone by, and then everybody's like, the show, like where you see it on my social media feed has definitely been catered towards guitar, anime, and that's about it.
Oh, just your feed, or did you also mean the Tone Jerks?
The Tone Jerks
podcast
feed,
too?
and even my Facebook feed. I block out a lot of people. Like this is where I think you called me out. Like you brought, this is callback. I'm a pussy because I'll keep friends on my friends list, but just block them off my wall so I don't have to see any of their shit. But we're still friends.
Follow them.
Yeah, where we're still friends. Or like I'll be Instagram friends with people and just like delete them off my stories and delete them off my fucking feed. But you can still be friends with them. Or follow them.
Okay, so I did unfollow someone who recently. I mean, this isn't like.
But I'm still following them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're still yes. Anyways, they posted like every day like 40 pictures. Like I'm in Australia. Oh, I'm having such a good time in Australia. Good day, mate. I'm in Australia. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's like 3 posts a day with all these pictures. Like, yeah, we get it. You're in Sydney. Oh, I'm in Sydney, mate. I'm like,
yeah.
All right. I'm like, I'm unfollowing you. Like, it's cool that you've accomplished this thing in your life that you want to do, but no one gives a fuck.
Or it's
I'm just
like
a high school friend of yours.
Yeah, it's like the
You know?
original.
I barely knew you.
Well, it's like if you post so much or post the same thing so much, it's not even just like your friends aren't. It's not that your friends are uninterested in what you're doing. It's just the algorithm caters to like we're pushing this back to the end of the feed, so people don't ever see it to give it a like, even if it's just like a courtesy thing. Like, oh, here's me and my family. Here's my kids. I love my kids. I'm like, he posted this like a couple days ago, and so Instagram's like, yeah, and so it's like it went from being like, we just had a beautiful boy here, and you get like 50 likes, and then it's like, here's my my beautiful boys, and
none,
3 likes.
Yeah.
It may be one of my sister. I'm trying not to say it, but I see it and I have to give it a like. I'm like, oh fuck!
God damn it!
It's been 3 hours and it's 2 likes. One from my mom.
Posting the same picture again.
One from my mom and one from my sister. I guess I have to give her another one. So courtesy, I give her a thumbs up. It's because like that's all you post.
Yeah.
And people are like,
I get it. It's important shit in their life.
I know.
I'm like, dude, Australia, I know it exists. I've seen a lot of things from Australia.
That's different than pictures of your kids.
Yeah, I'm like, and close-up picture of your face, like, in Australia. Yeah, you posted those here. Like, no one, I don't know why I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I threw you off.
Unfollow.
Yeah, that's what I did.
What are we doing? Oh, yeah. I was leading up that I'm tired because it's all fault of my own. It's all my fault. I'm blaming myself. Got to kick my own ass. But past Brian,
as they say,
past Brian loves to fuck over like the next day future Brian. Because I have been just playing the absolute fucking shit out of Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch. I love the hell out of that game. The other night, which I was today is my Sunday or whatever, and I was up till like 2:30 in the morning, like playing a boss. I'm like,
damn,
there's no save states. I got this far. He's down to 25%. And I was like pausing and, YouTubing and Googling, like, how do I beat this guy? And then I started up, here's a video of the lightning boss or whatever the hell he's called. He's like, this is one of the hardest bosses in the entire game. People save this for second to last. I'm like, fuck, he's one of the first ones I encountered.
Dang.
I did the whole maze to get here. God, I can't do this again. And I'm like using every fucking item I have, my swords. There's a thing, if you're unfamiliar with the game, your items wear out and explode or whatever the more that you use them. And I'm like, I guess I like that some sense of realism, but like, does my fucking sword have to explode when I finally have an opening and kill this guy? I'm like, God damn it. So just disintegrate. I'm like, what are some tips? I'm like, here's some tips. I got 5 tips on how to beat this boss. But first, subscribe to my channel. Like,
shut the fuck up.
And I was just like, and then when I finally beat him yesterday, I was like, all right, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Good.
Totally worth it.
Yes. Save. And I'm like, this morning waking up, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing to myself? And I've heard that game is addictive. And, not only from a buddy, friend of the show, Andrew Walsh, he was saying that, like, him and his wife were just, like, getting addicted to that game, just playing it. It's just because there's so much, you're like, God, I got to do this. I got to upgrade my weapons. I got to go here. And then a coworker, I was even at work. I'm like, oh, man, I'm 1 more hour, man. I'm just, like, beat. And he's like, oh, yeah, da-da-da. Kind of just making small talk. And I know he's... This is
you take that with you? You have that thing on you?
No. This is one of the first Zelda games I've played.
Yeah.
And I'd seen my coworker. I was like, oh, this could be just a conversation starter here. Like, he has the Triforce Legend of Zelda thing, like, just sticker on his car. I'm like, oh, talking to him about it. I'm like, yeah, I recently got that Breath of the Wild game. He's like, oh my God, I love that fucking game. Like, he's like just talking to a coworker about it. He's also like in his late 30s. He's a grown ass man. And he's like, I beat that game like 3 times. I love it. I can't. It's like I just restart it and do the whole thing over again. I'm like, he's like, and then once you learn how to do the game, you can do it better. So we're just having a conversation. We're both like, actually, we should be working now instead of talking about this game. Anyway, so that's part of the reason why I'm like so tired. I'm like, oh man, I'll just like after work. I'm like, oh, I close, but I'm like, I'll get home 9:30 or whatever. Let's fire up that Switch, baby. And it's super portable, like the Switch. That's the whole point of it. I'm not taking that to work because
You should.
my lunch breaks, which will be 45 minutes, will end up being an hour and 30. I'm like, oh, hopefully nobody noticed.
Just set a timer. Take your lunch.
Yeah, or I'll be
Have an apple.
Yeah, or just bring it like in between, like at work. I'm like, oh, there's a lull. Let me fire up that fucking.
Get this disc spinning up.
Yeah. So
Solid state.
It is. Yeah.
Getting this disc up to speed.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's a big one of why I'm like a little tired. I'm like, Kyle, you're bringing the hype. You're the hype beast this week.
Trying, man. I'm not really the hype guy.
Yeah. Yo.
Oh!
As far as music goes, so I've been working on demos for the next just in case singles. With Adam. He's the guitarist for my band Just in Case. I play bass. And so basically we have like the structures down so that we can kind of build the song around it. And essentially we want to record it all and then have Brian, our drummer, just play drums to it. Essentially we're going to kind of like, getting scratch tracks down so that I can build like easy drummer tracks around it. I'm like, okay, easy drummer is pretty, in my mind, in my ears, pretty realistic, sounding drums, right? They can sound robotic and stuff like that. But you can get them to sound pretty realistic. And so with that, you can record to them because instead of just like, it's like, it's easier to record to a, drum sample, whatever. So that's the idea. And yeah, he played, to a click. And then we're kind of going, I was kind of going back and him and I were kind of going back and building the drum tracks. So Easy Drummer 3, if you compared to Easy Drummer 2, I remember talking about it when I bought it and I was just like, fucking, I don't know, save $30, just upgrade. I'm like, I'll just fucking buy it. It's so much easier to edit a drum beat in that than it was in Easy Drummer 2. And it snaps to where you need to. It makes it realistic sounding as you need to. Although it does have its quirks. Because now I'm like actually like in the moment editing and doing stuff. I'm like, okay, it's intuitive and kind of like how you write MIDI, for you can write MIDI drums in the Easy Drummer thing. I know you were kind of using Easy Drummer as the instrument and you wrote your MIDI. This, you can write it all in there and it kind of snaps to make it realistic sounding.
All right.
To where you can't just put like,
16 different things
on top of each other
on one note.
So but so what I'm trying to figure out is like, I guess I've never really done like triplets. I don't do that a whole lot. So I'm like, okay, there's a song where it's like dun 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 da, 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 that's the bass line, and so I had to kind of like do the kick with that. And I'm like, sometimes when you're just watching something instead of like trying to just air drum it out, you're like, wow, putting it onto a grid. I'm like, that's so much. What?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that sometimes.
If you're ever looking at something, you're like, oh, you kind of know how it sounds, and cool. Oh, you can maybe even play it, but
laying it out in like a, like you said, like a grid, a graphic.
Yeah.
Like almost like you're building a graph.
Like,
like
because you want to have like, oh, that's too early, and then it's like, is it a 16th? Is it a 32nd? Is it an 8th? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not a drummer too, so it's like, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. So we're kind of working on that. So we got 2 songs. We got a new demo, and then we have a cover that we're working on. I was like, yeah. So it's actually, using Easy Drummer, using the record and shit I got going on here. So
they don't call it difficult drummer.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be easy.
Yeah, keep it easy, keep it sleazy.
Keep it greasy.
So that's the idea of like, just getting everything down to a click so that all, Brian has to do is just record drums and then mix it. So far,
nice.
Adam, we were, over here and we just pulled up his patches that he used to record, on the Axe effects. And then he was like, "Man, this sounds really good." I'm like, "Yeah, it's your patch." He's like, "That makes sense." It's like,
I sound so good.
No, he's like, "I didn't have to tweak it at all. I like the way that sounds." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's your patch you used last time." He's like, "Man, it's weird thinking about digital sometimes." Because
I love technology.
And I pulled up his, mix, because of how he likes the mix of guitar versus the Pro Tools session. He's like, "Yep, that sounds perfect." I'm like, "Yep," because I have it saved from last, summer. And he's like, "Man," and I'm like, even me, like, I deal with this all the time. I have all my presets saved for the podcast, and I'm like, man, sometimes tech, I'm like, you can blow yourself away. I'm like, that's gnarly. Because with Pro Tools, it took me so long to save a session that has all the plugins that I use to mix saved in there. So I basically load up a new one and has all the plugins in place, all the presets done, and I just have them bypassed. And so when we record, they're all bypassed. And then when I go to mix, turn them all on, everything, all the faders are set where they need to be. I'm like, wow, technology, when you use it correctly, it's pretty sweet.
Well, I always think about that. Like, they design all these features, all these things, they try and think of everything, let's say in a DAW or whatever. And how often does everyone use everything?
Yeah.
I know I'm not using it to the full potential. I feel bad because like someone spent like years of their life developing this. They got paid for it, right? But it's like I use this for one thing.
Yeah, you just got to find out what you can use to make your life easier.
Yeah.
It's like when I figured out that on Final Cut, when you can put audio and just sync it to a video, you push a button. You don't have to fucking click and drag shit over, and I'm like, oh, there's an extra frame. I got to cut that out. I'm like, oh, man. So, anyways, that's just this week. We're working on demos, working on new songs, and then just fucking playing Zelda, dude.
Killing it.
Playing a game from 2017.
Oh, really? It's that old?
Yeah, it was a launch title for the Switch. I guess I think the Switch is like really new, but it's actually pretty old. Do you remember when it first came out? I was like, what the fuck is this? Like the videos of like people in their apartment playing the game, they pick it up and they take it to like the rooftop party that they're hanging out. And everybody's like, oh boys, let's hang out and play Switch. It's like, no, it would be like, what's this fucking nerd bringing this fucking game? We're trying to fucking hang out.
2017, by the way.
Was it?
Okay. Yes. All right.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said 16. You might have said 17 also, but I'm going with one that's wrong, and that's 2016.
Brian, you're wrong, and you're stupid, and you suck ass. It actually was.
As they say.
Yeah, my name is Brian. Actually, stupid fuck, your name is Brian. I bet you forgot that, you dumb asshole. I'm like,
yeah, in case you forgot.
Kyle just gaslighting me the whole time. That's what the whole episode is. Just Kyle like finding ways to gaslight me. I like
gaslight anthem,
Yeah.
Boom.
I know. That was I think a recent. It was an episode that Blake did with Alex, the guitarist.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're from the band Gaslight Anthem, and it's like in opening, he's like, and just for the fact that we came up with that name before that movie and that phrase was popular, but we're too far into it now to change the name of the band. Because everybody's like, Gaslight, huh? Mm-hmm. I know what these guys are into. Canceled.
I started listening to that band again. There's like 4 songs I like, I think. 45 is the best one ever.
Best one, yeah.
So good. American Slang's okay. 59 Sound.
Yeah.
Good. I think that's it. Maybe 3.
Bring It On is good.
Bring It On?
Yeah.
Like the cheerleader movie?
Yeah, actually it was based off of that.
Nice.
Yeah. I love that.
It was like the theme song. It was the opening credits.
Yeah.
Like Offspring, but this one's different.
Jane had a chance, would you? The third week in a row we bring up the Offspring.
I actually did listen to that record recently.
I did too.
I had like an hour and a half drive. I'm like, you know what? This probably could use some Americana. Welcome to Americana. Please leave.
Yeah. That's, oh man.
Baby, life is like a ride on the freeway.
That's an album where none of the none of the blah 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 blah. Come on, Brian. None of the tones are really that great. They're just there, but the songs are awesome. You listen to the bass.
You don't really notice it.
The bass, you're like,
bass. Almost.
No, it's there. It's just, you know, Tempur-Pedic mattress. God damn it, couldn't say it. Just bothers nobody. It's there and it does its job. Guitar is fine. That's distortion. And yeah, the layers of vocals are like, that hit everything it needed to. It's it's an unoffensive, good sounding album. It sounds good. Yep. Whatever they did, it was right. They made millions of dollars. And I'm like, I wouldn't think of Offspring as like, a band for the tone, you know?
No, definitely.
They are a band for the songs.
Yeah.
Anyways, Offspring
band for the radio.
Third week in a row. Rise Against too. Actually, they have some pretty good tones.
Oh yeah, bass tone, amazing,
killer. Yeah, you're right.
Off of Suffer and The Witness, and I think the next album was great.
And guitar and drums, good. They're good. But bass, that actually, I take that back. That's a shining star. I love that. Yeah, that killer bass tone. Whew, goddamn, good bass tone.
Goddamn, we know how to find bass tone.
You found it. God damn it.
Just shut it down. We found it, baby.
Lock it in. So what'd you do?
Pack it up, boys. We can go home now.
Took a P bass and we used an Ampeg amp. And then we use a Sans amp too.
Are these new inventions made this month?
Like, no.
No. Actually, these have been around for a long time.
That was it. And we used a Dunlop pick, actually. Sick. Man,
you didn't finger the bass? Nope, not even once.
And then, that was pretty much it. Like, man, you found the secret formula with everybody else.
It was right in front of our eyes the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. We're running late here, but we got a couple quick topics that we were kind of spitballing it, before the show. Let's see how many we can hit here.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Let's have you go first.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we might hit one. We might hit 2, 3. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, if time permits here. Okay, so saw a video of, was it? I think Blake posted it on Tone Mob, and so did Wampler. He did like a goof video of it on the Wampler pedals, or maybe it was Brian Wampler's. Whatever. I saw the video a couple times. It was the Pearl Jam guitarist. Forgot his name already, but him smashing a guitar, and he was smashing his guitar, yada yada. We'll come back to that. It got me thinking. I think nowadays, Brian currently in
2022.
Yeah, 2022. Brian smashing
time
guitars,
traveled. Brian Gower.
Smashing guitars or smashing gear and breaking stuff like that on stage is pretty dumb. Or it can look fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And I totally, understand. Like, I'm not coming at it from the point of like, why don't you just give the guitar away to somebody who could use it? This economy, blah, blah, blah. Wasteful.
Inflation.
Wasteful.
The war.
Yeah. Throwaway culture nowadays. Blah, 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 blah. Or, kids could use that and they can start playing. I'm like, no, it's none of that. It's just that it can look really fucking goofy. And I know that, and I'm saying that, and I have a Clash tattoo.
Yeah.
London Calling.
But that was sick.
Paul Sivanon smash. And I'm saying that, like, from the standpoint, there's a fine line for that. Hard stance I wanted to say it was fucking dumb. The Clash one, I think that's cool because it's iconic. I don't know the scenario. I just seen the picture. I like it. And that could be just because of how cool and iconic that photo is.
Yeah.
And love them to death. Think they're a great band. Or used to, whatever. And at the time, I still liked them a lot. Billy Joe Armstrong. Drunkenly smashing his guitar in Vegas at a show. I thought it actually looked pretty fucking stupid. the scenario was fucking dumb.
Stupid. The way you said it.
Yeah. And so you can. I'm saying this from different sides. Okay. I'm a huge Green Day fan. I think I have like several Green Day tattoos. I love the band.
Get them removed now.
And I can say that it looks fucking stupid. I can't just be like, there's some people who just have, black and white things. They can never like be one or the other. You're a great example. Is like, In-N-Out, what a burger. Pick it And it's
I
like,
want
actually,
both of 'em.
you can actually like both, by the way. Fuck!
No!
It's like, can something be stupid and cool? Yeah. And so, does my point, fall a little flat? Yeah. Anyways, we're coming back to like this instance of this video. But, the Green Day one, I can see that was stupid because like Billy Joe was drunk playing kind of shitty. And he, smashed his guitar at the end of a set because they were cut off by like, 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And so it's like, oh, fuck this, fuck that. He's smashing his guitar. All you hear is like picking up just the guitar smash on the vocal mic from the feed. And it just sounds like bunk, dink, dink. And then like the rest of the band's like, what the fuck's going on? Except for Mike Dirnt, the bass player. He's all like, hell yes, my boy. I got your back. I'm going to smash my bass. So the camera wasn't even on him. You can kind of see him go nuts and smash his bass. The rest of the band just walks off stage. And so to me, I'm like, looked like a tantrum.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it would exactly what drunk tantrum, like a baby. For the Green Day one.
Like a drunk baby with a guitar.
So it's not like me, like, I'm not a Pearl Jam fan. Like I said, I like a song or two of theirs. I don't dislike the band, but I'm just like not a fan. But I saw this video of Pearl Jam smashing the guitar, and then he's knocking over the amp, smashes like his pick tin on his Altoids tin,
oh yeah,
and then just goes like confetti, flying everywhere, and then the guitars fall all over the place. But I was just like, what was the context? It looks like no one else in the band is rocking out, but he is. He's like, yeah, my opportunity, and then I'm gonna be a rock star. He's like smashing his guitar, knocks over a half stack or whatever, and then goes to smash the pedal board while the rest of the band is kind of standing there playing a slow jam, moderate. It looks like it was under 180 BPM, so not like not like super heavy energy. You can look at the drummer; he's just like lightly hitting his drums. He's not just
it looked definitely out of place.
Looks mellow. Yeah. It's like the meme of like drummers at the wrong gig.
Yeah.
Or like bass player at the wrong gig. Something like that, where it's like
it's like they were playing that one Donovan song. Like, they call me Mellow Yellow. He's just like smash that shit.
Yes. And then the singer
Go ahead. Why would you smash your pedal board? I don't get what.
I don't know. And the thing is,
the
I don't know.
Aesthetic of that.
I don't know if the context is like he was pissed because his guitar was out of tune, or who knows what it was, or if he was. To me, it looked like he was just feeling it. I didn't want to dive too much into it. I was just like, this is what brought this topic up. And then the singer, he has a tambourine, and he's kind of just like,
okay, yeah,
like you're not rocking. It's not a rock out part where it's like so much emotion. He's just like,
yeah.
and slowly, it's a slow BPM. And then on the other side of the stage, so stage left or whatever, the opposite of the guitarist who smashes stuff, there's children on stage with tambourines. So how rockin' or anti-establishment are you when there's children? Looks like under 10 on stage with little tambourines rocking out. And then everybody in the crowd, nobody's like cheering. They're just kind of like doing the like smacking the tambourine on the 2 and 4. Nobody's like, yeah. People are like, fuck is this dude's problem?
Yeah.
I just saw that and it looked like, like I said, I don't know the context. It looked like he was having a tantrum, a la Billy Joe style, but except Billy Joe was drunken and just yelling into the mic and cursing and shit. This guy, I only saw the video of him just smashing his shit. But one side of things, which I actually didn't see these comments, and people were like, pure rock and roll, man. Rock and roll is still alive. People are just like, what the fuck is that dude's problem? Yeah. What the fuck is that guy's problem? And
well, I just looked at an old dude like shriveled up without his shirt on, smashing shit. I didn't even know who it was first. I'm like, okay.
I think
like Pearl Jam. Like, oh god, okay, make it worse.
Not so much that or the age comment. It was just like, what is going on here? This doesn't fit. It was just like out of nowhere, and people like you could say it's like, oh, for passion or whatever. I'm like, but that song doesn't seem like it calls for it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
See, you can always preface everything with in my opinion, and people are like,
IMO,
shit.
Yeah,
IMO. That looks
TBH
looks fucking stupid. TBH. I saw that and I thought it was silly. And like I can almost never really stand maybe where I am now of like when it's cool to smash a guitar. I could never see myself doing that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of lame.
It's
but
not,
if you do want to smash guitar, I have $150 here.
Yeah.
You just have to pay me for it.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's not even the thing like people just wasting money nowadays. Ooh, who cares? The Fender or whoever got that money or gave him that for promotion or whatever, they don't care. They don't care. It's gone. They wrote that off and gave it to him, or he got that at an artist price. Doesn't matter. They don't care. It's just like it looked so out of place. If they all were going nuts, that'd be different. Instead of it looked like it was like super lit.
Where like lights are flashing.
There wasn't any. There was everything.
No, it's just like house lights almost. It's just like
exactly. That's another thing too.
It's what made it so awkward.
Maybe because they were like you know what? Maybe they were done and the house was like they turned off the. You know what? I'm making stuff up for them. I'm on their side. Maybe the house was like, okay, we're done cutting this off. No, they wouldn't cut off Pearl Jam. Maybe you would. Who knows? But the fact that like you see like little kids with just like tambourine shakers of like two like paper plates they staple together and they're just like
like sunflower seeds inside them.
Yeah. And he's like, "Rock and roll is alive," and then people in the crowd like clap on 2 and 4, I guess. And nobody was upset. It didn't seem like anybody was visibly upset. There was the crew there. But I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then, everybody's comments. Most of the comments were just like, that's irresponsible for money. Blah, 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 blah. This is just capitalism at work. Boomer's gonna boom. I'm like, no, I don't. I guess. I just think it's like, it looks silly. That may be a Brian style rant.
Yeah, it's a Brian file right there.
Yeah, and I think because I'm tired, I'm kind of just like not selling it as well. But that's one thing I wanted to bring up. I saw it this week and I'm like, what the fuck? It looks so shitty. And people were posting like, it was like, man, what a badass. I'm like, no, he looks like a moron. Like I'm just gonna like start flinging shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and be like, oh, look at him. And then he he smashed his guitar and he tried playing air guitar with it. Sick. I'm like, that's not sick.
It looks sad.
It looks stupid.
Fucking sad as hell.
It looks dopey. And it's not just because I'm not a Pearl Jam fan. Like I said, Green Day.
Because you're poor. That's
no,
why.
Yeah. I'm a big Green Day fan, and I thought that looked dumb too. So there we go. So that's why I had to bring up the Green Day thing. I'm a Green Day fan. Yeah. Brian. Above it all. They're all down here, multi-fucking millionaires who make money off of music, and me, who sleeps on the fucking floor, above them all. With a shitty truck. Above it all, baby.
You should get rid of that thing.
Mm-hmm. Get a fucking Prius. Or get a fucking Tesla. And that's one thing about Teslas, by the way. Actually, we're just going to make it a Brian file episode. Nobody ever tells you about charging those things. You see the line to charge those things? I got one. Like there's a charging stations.
Wherever you work.
Yeah, at a shopping center, in Claremont by Vaughn's. And I'm going to I'm just gonna go grab a few things, some water, some blah blah blah, and then I'm like, there's a line of fucking people with Teslas to charge their car for hours. And I'm like, man. That's one thing they don't.
Is it free to do it at that site? I think it is.
I have no idea, but it's just like that's the fine print they don't tell you. It's like, oh yeah, we just laughing as we pass by the pump, as we go to the fucking Tesla charge station and sit here for hours.
Yeah, what are you gonna do for fucking hours?
I don't know. I did look at see. I'm like, man, look at all these people, and then I was parked close enough that I saw like a couple in their car. And both of them on their phones looking away from each other. I'm like, oh boy, wow. I'm sure it's a lot of fucking fun in that vehicle.
Yeah. It's like a fucking party in there.
They're probably like, God damn it, I thought you charged the fucking thing. Look here, you need to charge it. Well, we're both here doing it. Scroll. Anyways, I don't know. Do you want to get yours in or we save it for the next episode?
We could say for next. Yeah. This might go along with what, we had 3 topics, but I think the 2 kind of go together.
All right, so we can maybe hit him with a 1-2 next. Actually, yeah, you know what, Kyle? Well, it's like we planned it. These next 2 episodes.
I got you.
Next episode, we got 2 topics that just, man, they're so goddamn good.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right, so a little sleepy episode. Sorry, folks.
Well, that's all, folks.
So, I just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like the show, you can follow along on social media. We have a Facebook group linked in the description. And then we're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks, posting cool shit on the reg. And then Apple Podcast, Spotify, give us a review. Give us, 5 stars, hopefully, over there. And then if you really like the show, you can help support it on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And you get an RSS feed that you can put into your favorite podcatcher. And I was going to say cast. Podcast app, podcatcher. Either one of those. And then you can get all the bonus episodes. And you get all the future ones that come out every Tuesday.
Bonus? What'd you say?
Yeah, all the bonus.
The bonus episodes.
Yeah, we got over 200.
Bonus.
Over 240 bonus episodes over there behind the paywall. We get a little rowdy over there. And, just for the support, we want to give you all a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it right here.
Why don't you give it to me, baby?
Should I closer?
Yeah.
We have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast. We got Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Christ.
Did you change it to, 7 font or something like that? That's what you use.
Yeah, I just get really close. You can read it in my glasses.
Yeah.
Just do it 40.
What? I can't see. My eyes aren't so good.
I can't see anything without my glasses.
Yeah.
Doug King. Doug, shut up. Doug Chris from 37 Effects. Masters of the Cinematic Universe that he does with Joe from Like My Pedals. He does. All these guys have this big orgy of podcasts that they go in on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting in on this too?
Yeah.
All right.
That's how we should
do it all like this.
God damn, that's what we should do.
We just get real close.
Oh yeah, my camera's higher than yours, right?
That's fine.
Are you looking?
Yeah, because I have mine on the top of my monitor, and my monitor's I can go a little lower. Whoa. There we go. Now we're equals.
Well, yeah, because mine used to be over on the side here, but you didn't like
all right. I'll just read the Doug Christ, Joe, Will Lehue, Tony DeGraw. They're all doing good stuff together. All right, just back up.
Okay, split the difference.
They're doing Signal Path podcast for Tony, Texas Boggle State Champs. I mean, they're just jump on this.
They're on the
guys.
JISM Network. JSM.
JISM Network. You're bound to get stuff on you.
JISM Digital. Check them out, doggy.
It's JISM Digital. It's like Brazzers Network, but it's more about podcasting.
Yeah, it's just more
slightly,
about the boys
slightly
podcasting.
Yeah, the boys podcasting like Brazzers. We got Teletalks, RJ Smith doing that. We got Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray. Steve Rao from Six Cycle Hum. Mm-hmm. Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars. Co Schneider from Night Tides. Alvaro Viramontes. Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars. Mel Chibson of Chibson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey of Shadowhounds. Sean Wright. There's too many fucking Seans.
Yeah.
Okay? But actually, we could use more Seans. So bring them on.
Yeah.
All your brothers and Seans.
Yeah, we need a couple of the other Seans. S-H-A-W Seans.
Yeah, these are all S-E-A-Ns.
They're all scenes. We need some.
Yeah, CNs.
I remember first seeing a Sean when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, there's a new kid in class named, it was like, I was like 2nd grade or whatever. And I'm like, Scene. What a weird name. It's like Sean. And then the teacher said Sean. I'm like,
what? That's not legal.
It was just like, my mind's like, I just crab swirl. I'm like, what the fuck? This kid's name? It says Scene. It said, and just in my head, I never said it out loud. I'm like, what?
What?
A kid, because you finally are learning.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting some experience out in the world.
Your letters. You're learning how. Actually, being this close isn't that bad. This looks pretty good.
For you, maybe.
Okay.
Look at what I gotta look at.
All right. Take it easy, pal. Anyways, but once you're learning your letters and how they work together and consonants and blah blah blah, conjunction, junction, what's your function, and when you finally see something that's just like English, it's just like, yeah, well, fuck off.
What? Yeah, nothing works. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects.
Brian, save that bit for later. Fuck off.
Yeah, we'll need some work.
Yeah. All right.
Take that down to the...
Put it back in the workshop.
Open mic. Yeah. Mike Oxbig and Hugh at G-Rection, followed by Zach Hale, wrangling the boys up, making sure they're showing off. I don't know.
Crossing T's and dotting I's.
He's the Dom, you know? He's keeping those boys at bay.
Yeah.
Sean, no, not a Sean. Eric Marrow from YouTube.
Yeah.
Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast. Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices. Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram. And then we got Matthew Fenslaw, Michael Fenslaw, Michael McVeigh, and Matthew Davis. God damn it. We should break them up.
Yeah, no, we keep them together. You gotta do a speed run, see if you can do it.
We have a Michael Newman, too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you gotta mix them all. Yeah, you put them all together. All the M's.
Yeah. I should put all the, because you also have, the Seans, but then you also have the Dougs. I should put them all together where it's like, I'm just reading the, same names over and over again. Yeah. Tyler, Tim, Scott.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. I think
it's been a wild one, everybody.
I think we're fucking toasted here. Let's get out of here. All right, we'll see you next week. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.